Hi, welcome children. Today I am going to start about the Unit 8 of the Grade 10 Science. The Unit 8 of the Grade 10 Science is Characteristics of Organism. Characteristics of Organism. Right. In the characteristics of the organism, firstly we will go to learn about the common characteristics of living organism. The common characteristics of living organism. Right. What are the common characteristics of the organism? The common characteristics of the organism are cellular organization, nutrition, respiration, irritability and coordination, excretion, movement, reproduction, growth and development. Those are the common characteristics of living organism. These common characteristics of the living organism are most important to differentiate the living organism from non-living things, right? Among the characteristics of the organism, you already have learned about the 5 characteristics in the grade 6, right? In the grade 10 also you have to learn about those characteristics of the organism, right? First we will go to learn about the cellular organization. Right now today we are going to learn about the among the 8 characteristics of the organism. Today we are going to learn about the cellular organization, right? Let's go to learn about what is the cellular organization, right? Before learn about the cellular organization, we have to learn about the unicellular organism. Unicellular organism. What is the unicellular organism? Right. Unicellular organism mean the organisms which made up of single cells. The organisms which made up of single cell is known as unicellular organism. The unicellular organism mean the organism which made up of single cell is known as unicellular organism, right? Then we will go to learn about appearance of unicellular organism through the light microscope. Those are the some picture relevant to the unicellular organism. The first one, this picture represent the chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is also belongs to a unicellular organism because it contain only one cells, right? This picture represent the euglena. Euglena is also a types of unicellular organism because they also formed with a unicellular if not single cells. This picture represent the amoeba. Amoeba also belongs to a unicellular organism because they contain single cells. This picture represent the paramecium. Paramecium also belongs to a unicellular organism, right? Now we have learnt about what is meant by unicellular organism, right? Then we will go to learn about multicellular organism. What is the multicellular organism? The multicellular organism mean the organism which made up of 2 or more cells. If organism composed of a single cell is a unicellular organism, but some organisms are composed of 2 or more cells. Some organisms are composed of 2 or more cells. Such organisms are known as multicellular organism. Multicellular organism, right? However, the multicellular organism means the organism which made up of 2 or more cells are known as multicellular organism, right? Next point we have to learn is the bodies of the multicellular organism are composed of different types of cells. Multicellular organism means organism which made up of 2 or more cells, and also these cells are different. If not, the bodies of the multicellular organism are composed of different types of cells. The bodies of the multicellular organism are composed different types of the cells, and also those cells are important in different function. Multicellular organism means organism made up of 2 or more cells. These cells are different to each other, and also different types of cells perform different function in the multicellular organism. Now we have learnt about unicellular organism, multicellular organism, right? Then we will go to learn about organization of different cells in plant body, right? Let's go to learn about organization of different cells in plant body, right? This is the plant body. This plant's body contain different parts, no? Flowers, leaves, stems, roots. Those are the different parts of the plants. These different parts contain different cells. Flowers contain one types of cells. Leaves contain another types of cells. Stems also contain another types of cells. Roots also contain another types of cells. The function of the cells contained in the flower is different from the cells contained in the leaves. The function of the cells contained in the leaves is different from the cells contained in the stem. The function of the cells contained in the stem is also different from the cells contained in the roots. So, multicellular organisms contain two or more cells. These two or more cells are different in each other. The function of the different cells are different. The function of the different cells are different, right? Then we will go to learn about organization of different cells in the human body, right? This is the structure of the human body. Those are the different parts of the human body. Here contain skin cells, brain contain nervous cells, bone cells, white blood cells, red blood cells, muscles, gamete cells. Those are the different types of cells contained in the human body. And also the function of the each type of the cells are different. The function of the skin cells is different from sex gametes, right? White blood cells, red blood cells, muscle cells, bone cells, nervous cells. The function of the each type of the cells are different. So in this picture also we can get a conclusion. Multicellular organism composed of two or more cells, right? Different parts of the multicellular organism consist of the different types of cells. The function of the different types of cells are the different, right? These are the organizational levels of the organism. Organizational level of the organism. The smallest if not unit of the organism is the cells. Different types of cells come first to form the tissues, right? Some group of tissue organized to make organs. Organ combine and make the system. System combine in the organism. This is the organizational levels of the organism, right? The smallest structural and functional unit at living condition is the cells. The smallest structural and functional unit at living condition is the cells. And also a group of cells modified to perform a specific function is called a tissue, right? The combination of the number of cells form the tissue, no, right? A collection of tissue form an organ. A collection of organs form a system, and also system collectively form an organism. This is the cellular organization of the organism. This is the cellular organization of the organism. Right now we have learnt about cellular organization of the organism, right? In my next video of this lesson I will discuss nutrition, right? Now I am going to stop this video and also right. Then we will discuss about what is the nutrition. Now we have learned about cellular organization. Now we are going to learn about what is the nutrition, right? You already have learned about what is the nutrition in the grade 6 also, right? Doesn't matter, right? In the grade 10 also. Now we will learn about what is the nutrition, right? Nutrition means the process by which the energy and the materials, are obtained for the maintenance of life. The nutrition means the process by which the energy and the materials are obtained for the maintenance of life is known as nutrition. Nutrition. Right now we have learnt about what is meant by nutrition. No, nutrition mean the process by which the energy and the materials are obtained for the maintenance of life is known as nutrition. Right, energy is needed for, right, the process by which the energy and materials are obtained for the maintenance of life is nutrition. Right, what are the energy needed for the our body? Why energy is needed for our body? Right, energy is needed to the our body for cell growth, if not growth of the cells. Right, and also energy is needed to repair the worn out structure, those are the energy needed to our body, right now we have learned about what is meant by nutrition, and then we have learnt about energy needed for the our body. Energy is needed to the our body for cell growth and to repair the worn out structure. Right, and also this energy is obtained by nutrition. Right, the energy requirement for this process are obtained by the nutrition, right, and also now when we consider about the nutrition, according to nutrition, organism can be divided into two groups. According to nutrition, organism can be divided into two groups. What are these two groups? Can you know? Can you tell? According to nutrition, organism can be divided into two groups. Right, then we will go to see what are the two types of the two groups according to the nutrition. Right, one of them is autotrophic organism, the another one is heterotrophic organism. And heterotrophic organism. Right, let's go to learn about what is the autotrophic organism. Right now we are going to learn about the autotrophic organism. The autotrophic organism mean the organisms that produce their own food. Or the nutrients by themselves. Autotrophic means the organism that produce their own food or the nutrients by themselves are known as autotrophic organism. Right now we have learnt about what is meant by autotrophic organism. The autotrophic organism mean the organisms that produce their own food or the nutrients by themselves are known as autotrophic organism. Right, and today in the nutrition, firstly we have learned about what is meant by nutrition, and then we have learned about according to the nutrition organism. Mainly there are two types. One of them is autotrophic organism. Mean the organism that produce their own food or nutrients by themselves are known as autotrophic organism. Right, then we will go to our next point. Autotropism, if not autotrophic organism, can be divided into two categories. Right, autotrophic organism also can be divided into two categories, if not two groups, according to the types of energy they use for food production. Autotrophic organism can use different types of energy sources to produce their own foods. Autotrophic organism use different energy sources to produce their own foods. Right, according to the uses of energy sources used for the food production, autotrophic organism can be divided into the two groups. What are they? Right, first group is photoautotrophic organism. The photoautotrophic organism means photo means light. If light energy is used to produce their own lights, such organisms are known as phototropic organisms. Examples: green plants and some algae. Green plants and some algae use solar energy to produce, if not solar light, to produce their own foods. So plants and algae are belongs to photoautotropic organism. Photoautotropic organism. Right. Next one, chemoautotropic. Chemoautotropic organism. Examples is some bacteria. Some bacteria use chemical energy. Some bacteria use chemical energy to produce their own foods. Some bacteria, if some organism use chemical energy to produce their own foods, they are known as chemoautotropic. Chemoautotropic. Right now we have learned about what is meant by autotropic organism. According to the energy sources used for their produce their own foods, autotropic organism also we have divided into the two groups. One of them is photoautotropic organism. The another one is chemoautotropic organism. Photoautotropic organism and chemoautotropic organism. Right. Let's go to learn about what is the photoautotropic organism. Photoautotropic organism. Right. If solar energy is used, they are known as photoautotropic. If solar energy is used to produce their own foods, so such organisms are known as photoautotropic organism. Right. Most of the plant are photoautotropic. I have given you two examples, plants and algae. Right. Then we will go to learn about what is the chemoautotropic organism. Chemoautotropic organism. Right. Chemoautotropic organism mean if energy is obtained by a chemical reaction. If energy is obtained by chemical reaction to produce their own foods. Some organisms use chemical energy from the chemical reaction to produce their own foods. They are known as chemoautotropic. They are known as chemoautotropic. Right now we have learnt about what is meant by chemoautotropic. If energy is obtained by a chemical reaction, they are known as chemoautotropic. Most bacteria are chemoautotropic. Right now when we consider about the bacteria, most of the bacteria use chemical energy to produce their own foods. So most of the bacteria are belongs to the chemoautotropic. Most of the bacteria belong to the chemoautotropic. Chemoautotropic. Right. Then we will go to learn about photosynthesis. Right. Photosynthesis means in the autotropic organism we have learned about autotropic organism. We have been divided into the two groups, photoautotropics and chemoautotropics. The photoautotropic means if solar energy is, if not light is used to produce their own foods, such organism is known as photoautotropic organism. The photosynthesis mean the photoautotropic organism, if not the process of producing food in photoautotropic organism is photosynthesis. The process of producing food in photoautotropic organism is photosynthesis. If not photosynthesis mean the process of producing food in green plants. The process of producing food in green plants. Right. Photosynthesis mean production of food inside the chloroplast of plant. Production of food inside the chloroplast of plants. What is the chloroplast? Chloroplast is the organelles present in the plant cells. Right. It has a chlorophyll pigment. Therefore, plant represent green color. The green color of the plant due to chlorophyll contained in the chloroplast. The function of this chloroplast, if not chlorophyll, in absorb sunlight. Absorb sunlight. Right. Photosynthesis mean production of food inside the chloroplast of plant cells using chlorophyll, which is a specific organic compound, is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So photosynthesis means the process of producing food. right? In the photosynthesis, chlorophyll contained in the chloroplast is most important. Chlorophyll can absorb light from the solar energy, right? Now we have learned about what is meant by photosynthesis. Then we will go to learn about equation of photosynthesis. This is the equation. The first equation is named as word equation of the photosynthesis. This process occur addition of the carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll is essential, produce glucose and oxygen. Here carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials of the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials of the photosynthesis. Energy provided for the photosynthesis is sunlight. Chlorophyll is important to absorb the sunlight. The product of the photosynthesis are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is the main product. Oxygen is the byproduct. Glucose is the main product. Oxygen is the byproduct. Right. This equation is known as chemical balance equation. Carbon dioxide means CO2, water means H2O, glucose means C6H12O6, oxygen means O2. Right, this one balance 6CO2 plus 6H2O6, C6H12O6 plus and 6O2. Right, now we have learnt about word equation of the photosynthesis and chemical balance equation of the photosynthesis. Right, the food produced in the leaves get stored in, right, during the photosynthesis process. If not, photosynthesis process mainly occur through the leaves of the plant, right? And also the food produced in the leaves, get stored in stems, roots and roots. Now we have learnt about food is produced during the photosynthesis. The food produced in leaves get stored in stem, roots and roots. Right. Then we will go to learn about heterotrophic organism. Now we have learnt about autotrophic organism. Then we will learn about what is the heterotrophic organism. The heterotrophic organism mean the organism that defend. The heterotrophic organism cannot be produce their own foods. Therefore, they want to depend on the other organism. The organism that defend directly or indirectly. Plant produce food are known as heterotrophic organism. Heterotrophic organism cannot be produce their own food. Therefore, they want to defend from the other organism. They wanted to depend on other organism, right? When defending, some heterotrophic organism directly depend on the plant produce food. Some heterotrophic organism directly depend on the plant produce food, while some heterotrophic organism indirectly depend on the plant produce food. Some heterotrophic organism directly depend on the plant produce food, while some heterotrophic organism indirectly depend on the plant produced food, right? Example, plants. This example is wrong. This should be animals. Animals are the examples for the heterotrophic organism. Some animals are directly depend on the plant produced food. Some animals indirectly depend on the plant produced food, right? This is the food web. Food web means this is autotrophic organism. Autotrophic organism able to produce food needed for the world. And then this is the animals. Some animals this heterotrophic, no, but directly depend on the plant produced food, right? These animals also heterotrophic organism, but they cannot be depend directly on the plant produced food. They depend on indirectly, right? Now we have learned about what is the nutrition, right? Okay, then we will go to learn about, right? Now Under the characteristics of the organism, previously we have learnt about two characteristics of the organism. No? What are they? Cellular organization and nutrition. Right now we are going to learn about the respiration. Respiration. What is the respiration? Right, you already have learnt about the respiration in the grade 6 also. Right, doesn't matter. Right, now we will go to learn about what is the respiration. The respiration means the process. The respiration is the process by which the stored food is transformed into energy. The respiration is the process by which the stored food, all the organism has stored food, is transformed into energy. Stored food, if not the process of stored food, is transformed into the energy inside the cells. This process occur through the cells. This process occur inside the cells is known as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. The respiration means the process by which the stored food is transformed into the energy. This process occur inside the cells, right? Especially cells contain organelles like mitochondria. The mitochondria has the major roles in the respiration, right? If this process occur in the cells, this process is known as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. Right now we have learnt about what is meant by respiration. The respiration means the process by which the stored food is transformed into energy inside the cell is known as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration, right? Then we will go to our next point. Cellular respiration is a series of biochemical reaction. Now when we consider about the cellular respiration, the cellular respiration is a series of biochemical reaction. What is the biochemical reaction? Biochemical reaction means chemical reaction occur in the living organism. The chemical reaction occurred in the living organism is known as biochemical reaction. So cellular respiration is a series of a biochemical reaction, right? Then we will go to our next topic. Next one is the picture. Now this picture here contains sun if not provide solar energy. This solar energy taken from the plant and produce food. This process is known as photosynthesis. For this process produce glucose. This glucose react with oxygen produce the energy. Energy is stored as the ATP. This is the organelles of the mitochondria, right? Cellular respiration mainly occur through the mitochondria, and after the cellular respiration produce carbon dioxide and water. This carbon dioxide and water again emitted into the atmosphere, right? Plant absorb carbon dioxide and water in the atmosphere and the soil, right? This is the cyclic process. In the plants, solar energy as is stored in the as the glucose in the cells. This glucose again convert into the energy and carbon dioxide and water. Here the gases needed for the respiration is oxygen. The gases produced during the respiration is carbon dioxide. Not only carbon dioxide but also water is also produced in the cellular respiration. Right? Then we will go to our next topic. Then we will go to some experiment to show the release of carbon dioxide during the respiration. Under the respiration we have learned about the produced gas during the respiration is carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide evolved to the atmosphere, right? So now we are going to learn about how to identify the release of carbon dioxide during respiration. For this we can make this apparatus. There are 5 bottles here, A, B, C, D and E. Bottles A contain potassium hydroxide. The function of the potassium hydroxide is able to absorb the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Right, bottle B contain lime water. What is the function of the lime water here? Lime water can be identify the carbon dioxide gas. So lime water is the chemical substances that can be used to identify the carbon dioxide in the laboratory. Bottle C is a prog, contain living prog. This prog is used to take the carbon dioxide during respiration. Right, again D bottle contain lime water, here contain water. Right, then I will go to the process of this experiment. Right, when this tap is open, water contained in the bottle E is removed. When this tap is open, water contained in the vessel E is removed. After that, make a empty space here. After that, make a empty space here. Right, to fill this empty space, gases flows from the D tube to the E. D tube to the E to fill the gap. Right, after that, build a empty space in the vessel D also. Vessel D also. Right, to fill this gap, air contained in the vessel C flows into the D. Flows into the D. Right, after that, make a build up a space, if not gap, in the bottle C also. To fill this gap, air flows from B to C. Air flows from B to C. After that, make a gap in the bottle B also. To fill this gap, gas flows from A to B. A to B. And then build up a gap in the bottle A also. To fill this gap, air flows from atmosphere to A. Atmosphere to A. Right, like that, air is flows from atmosphere to the E, like that. Right, and then when air flows from atmosphere to the bottle A contain, this air contain carbon dioxide. The total carbon dioxide contained in the air coming from the atmosphere absorbed by the potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. So the air flows from A to B. Air flows from A to B does not contain carbon dioxide because potassium hydroxide has absorbed all the carbon dioxide contained in the atmosphere. Right? Therefore, the lime water in the bottle B does not, if not do not, turn into milkiness. Not turn into milkiness. Right? After that, air from the B to C. Right? Here contain prog. Prog emit carbon dioxide during the respiration. This carbon dioxide flows from the C to D. D contain lime water. Right? Lime water contained in the vessel D turn into milkiness due to carbon dioxide. Where from this carbon dioxide came from? From the C. Right? C take the carbon dioxide during the respiration of the frog. In this experiment can be concluded that carbon dioxide is produced during the respiration of the organism. Respiration of the organism. Right? Then we will go to our next one. The color of lime water in B does not change as carbon dioxide in air that enters through P dissolves in potassium hydroxide of vessel A. But after some time, the lime water in vessel D turned to milkiness. It is because of the release of carbon dioxide by the frog during respiration. A control experiment can be used without a frog in C. And also, accordingly, it is confirmed that carbon dioxide is released as a byproduct of respiration. Here the carbon dioxide is the byproduct. This experiment can be conducted again using germinating green gram paddy maize green seeds in vessel C instead of a frog. Right? Then we will go to our next experiment. Right? Our next experiment is to show absorption of oxygen in respiration. Absorption of oxygen. Right? In our topic we have learnt about during the respiration carbon dioxide is removed as a byproduct, and also we have learnt about oxygen is absorbed during the respiration. Right? Now we will go to identify oxygen is absorbed as the absorbed in the respiration, right? For this, first we have to make this apparatus. Here contain A apparatus and B apparatus. Here contain germinating seeds. Here also contain germinating seeds. Colored water. Glass tube has connected to the conical flask. Here contain rubber tube, and also it has closed. Here contain potassium hydroxide, right? Potassium hydroxide, the function of the potassium hydroxide is absorption of carbon dioxide, right? When this setup is kept, after some time we will be able to observe colored liquid column of the apparatus A goes up like that, but liquid level of the apparatus B is not changed. What is the reason? Reason here, the both vessels occur respiration because germinating seeds contain here, right? And also during the respiration remove carbon dioxide and absorb oxygen, but remove carbon dioxide absorbed by the potassium hydroxide. Removed carbon dioxide absorbed by the potassium hydroxide. Oxygen contained in this area absorbed, but due to absorption of the oxygen make if not build up a empty space. To fill this gap, the liquid column goes up. Now when we consider about the apparatus B, here also occur respiration. During the respiration, carbon dioxide is emitted, oxygen is absorbed but removed carbon dioxide is equal to the absorption of oxygen. Therefore, there is not a build of an empty space. Therefore, liquid level is not changed. Right? In this experiment, colored water level goes up due to build of empty space. Why empty space is built up? Due to absorption of oxygen contained in the tube. For the respiration. Right? In this experiment can be concluded that oxygen is absorbed during the respiration. Right? Carbon dioxide present in the flask and release carbon dioxide during the respiration of seeds dissolved in tube with potassium hydroxide. The oxygen in the flask is absorbed by the seeds for respiration. To fill that gap, air in the tube flows into the flask. The water column in the glass tube is drawn up due to empty space. So it is clear that oxygen is absorbed for respiration of organism. No such change in the B setup. Absorbed volume of oxygen is equal to the release volume of carbon dioxide. Right? Then we will go to our next topic, irritability and coordination. What is the irritability? Right? Let's go to learn about what is the irritability and coordination. Right? Stimulus. Before learned about the irritability and coordination, firstly we have to learn about the stimulus. Right? Let's go to learn about what is the stimulus. Right? The stimulus is a change which is strong enough to bring about a response. Stimulus means a change which is strong enough to bring about a response is known as stimulus. Right? Stimulus are detected by organs such as, these stimulus can be detected by using these organs. What are these organs? Eye, ear, nose, skin, tongue. If not tongue, skin. If not, those organs are known as sense organ. Right now we have learnt about what is the stimulus. The stimulus means a change which is strong enough to bring about a response is known as a stimulus. Response is known as a stimulus. And also the stimulus are detected by, these stimulus are detected by sense organ, no, if not organs such as eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin, right? Those organs are known as five sense organ. Five sense organ, it means sense organ are most important to take the stimulus, right? Then we will go to our next one. The stimulus are light, sounds, chemical vibration, mechanical vibration, physical vibration are the some stimulus taken from the environment, right? Then we will go to learn about response. Under the irritability and coordination, first we have learned about the stimulus. Now we are going to learn about the response. What is the responses? The responses mean the reactions. The responses mean reaction according to the changes in the environment. The reactions according to the changes in the environment, according to changes in the environment mean stimulus, are known as responses. Responses. Now think about what is the responses. No, responses mean the reactions according to the changes in the environment are known as responses, right? Example, stimulus is the sound. If the stimulus is sound, the responses is closing the ear with hands, right? Now think about there is a huge sound in the environment, that is the stimulus, that is the stimulus. Your responses is close of ears with hands, close of ears with hand, right? And also now think about bark. Dog is come towards you by barking. This is the stimulus. Your responses is turn away and turn another side and running away, that is the responses, right? Then we will go to learn about the what is the irritability. Before learned about the irritability, we have learned about stimulus and responses, right? So what is the irritability? The irritability mean the ability to respond. Irritability mean the ability to respond to stimuli receives from internal or an external environment is known as irritability. Irritability means the ability to respond, to stimuli, the ability to respond to stimuli receives from internal or an external environment. Internal or an external environment is known as irritability, right? Stimulus can be taken from the internal environment and external environment. What is the internal environment? Internal environments mean environment contained in our body, that is the internal environment, right? Some changes occur in the internal environment also, not only internal environment but also external environment also can be seen the any changes. That changes are known as stimuli. The ability to respond to this stimuli is known as irritability. So now we have learned about what is the irritability. The irritability means the ability to respond to stimuli receives from internal or an external environment is known as irritability. Right now we have learned about what is the irritability. Then we will go to learn about what is the coordination. What is the coordination? Right. The coordination means the communication between different organs during the responding to a stimulus is known as coordination. There is a communication between the organs receives by the stimulus and response by the stimulus. So the communication between these organs are known as coordination. The communication between different organs during responding to a stimulus is known as coordination. Now we have learned about what is the irritability and what is the coordination, Right, following things are important in coordination. What are the important things for the coordination? Right, nerves and muscles. Nerves and muscles are most important in the coordination. And hormone, not only nerves and muscles but also hormones are also needed for the coordination. Needed for the coordination. Right, then we will go to our next point. Examples for coordination are. Now we will go to learn about what are the examples for the coordination. First one, some insect fly towards the light. Some insect fly towards the light. Right, this is the stimuli. This is the stimuli. This stimuli taken by the eyes. So eyes is the one of the sense organ that help to take the stimulus. Right, second one, some insect fly towards the dark. Some insect fly towards the dark. And also not only animals but also plant respond to a stimulus. Right, now when we consider about the response to a stimulus, not only animals but also plant also saw this process, if not irritability and coordination. You have seen some plants bend toward the sunlight, no? Leaves of mimosa fold when touched, and also leaves of thora, tamarind and sesbania fold at night, and also some plants bend towards the sunlight. Those are the examples for the coordination of the plants. Right, now we will go to learn about our next characteristics of the organism. The next characteristics of the organism is excretion. Before going to the another one, I will explain what is the excretion. Now think about the body of the organism. In the body of the organism occur biochemical reaction. In the body of the organism occur biochemical reaction. During this biochemical reaction produce useful things as well as useless things. During the biochemical reaction produce useful things as well as useless things. Right, and also the useless things produced in the cells during biochemical reaction should be removed from our body. And also these useless things produced in the cells during the biochemical reactions are known as excretory materials, if not excretion waste materials. Right, and also the process of removing these excretory materials are known as excretion. Right, now simply we have learned about what is the excretion. Right, excretion means removal of the byproducts from the body that are produced during the metabolism is known as excretion. Removal of the byproducts from the body that are produced during the metabolism. What is the metabolism? The metabolism means the biochemical reaction occur in the living cells. Metabolism means the biochemical reaction occur in the living cells. Right, so during the metabolism produce waste materials, if not byproduct. The removal of the byproduct from the body that are produced during metabolism is known as excretion. Right, now we have learned about what is meant by excretion. Right, then we will go to different ways of excretion of a living being. Right, now think about, right, one of the method of the excretion is sweat. During the sweat remove from the water and salt. The other one is exhale gas. As the exhale gas remove from our body carbon dioxide and water. The next one is urine. Urea, water and salt remove from the body as urine. Those are the different ways of excretion of living being. Sweat, exhale gas and urine. Next one. The main excretory materials of organism are urea, salt, carbon dioxide and water. Those are the main excretory materials of organism. So what are the main excretory materials of organism? Urea, salt, carbon dioxide and water. Right, next one. There are organ systems present in organism for the excretion. There are organ system. There are organ systems present in the organism. Present in the organism. Body for excretion. Body for excretion. Right. What are they? Nitrogenous excretion of human mainly take place by the kidney. Right, one of the excretion in the living organism is nitrogenous excretion. It means produce nitrogenous, if not produce waste materials including nitrogen. Those are known as nitrogenous excretion. The nitrogenous excretion of human mainly take place by the kidney. Right. Plant removal carbon dioxide during respiration through lenticels and stomata of the leaves. Lenticels and stomata of the leaves. Plant remove oxygen during photosynthesis through the lenticels and stomata of the leaves. These two processes occur through the lenticels and stomata. Lenticels and stomata. Right. Then we will go to our next topic, anabolism. What is the anabolism? The anabolism means the process of synthesis of complex compound from simple compounds within the living body. Anabolism means the process of synthesis of complex compound from simple compound. In the cells form complex compound from the simple compound. This process is known as anabolism. It belongs to the biochemical reaction. Energy is stored during this process is the example, if not other factors. During the anabolism, energy is stored. During this process. Right, then we will go to our next topic, catabolism. Catabolism. What is the catabolism? The catabolism means the process of breaking down complex compound into simple compounds. The opposite things in the anabolism, no? During the anabolism process, complex compound from the simple compound. During the catabolism, the complex compound is breaking down into simple compound. The process of breaking down complex compounds into simple compounds in the body release energy is known as catabolism. During the anabolism, energy is stored. During the anabolism, energy is stored, and also during the catabolism, energy is released. Right. Then we will go to learn about what is the metabolism. The metabolism means the summation of anabolism and catabolism. Right. Summation of biochemical reaction taking place in the living body, or total anabolism and catabolism is known as metabolism. Now we have learnt about what is the anabolism, what is the catabolism, and what is the metabolism. Anabolism means the process of forming complex compound from the simple compound. Right. The catabolism means the process of breaking down of the complex compound into simple compound. The summation of these two processes is metabolism. Right. Then we will go to learn about the movements. What is the movements? Right. The movements mean organism fulfill their requirements. With the help of movements. All the organism has some requirements. Right. These organisms require their fulfill their requirements by the movements. Organism fulfill their requirements with the help of movements. During this, the whole organism or a part of the organism is moved. During the fulfilling their requirements, some organism move whole the organism, if not whole the body, while some organism move part of the body. Right, now we have learnt about under this topic, organism fulfill their requirements with the help of movements, and then we have learnt about During this, the whole organism or a part of the organism is moved, right? And also, unicellular organism use following things for the movement. Now, when we consider about the organism mainly there are two types according to the number of cells: unicellular organism and multicellular organism. What is the unicellular organism? Unicellular organism means if some organism composed of single cells. If some organism composed of single cells, such organism is known as unicellular organism. So what is the multicellular organism? The multicellular organism means the organism composed of two or more cells are known as multicellular organism. Now when we consider about the movement of the unicellular organism are occurred in the following things. What are they? Cilia, flagella, pseudopodia are the some things that important to the unicellular organism for their movements. Right, then we will go to our next one. Multicellular organism use muscles for movements. Multicellular organism use muscles for movement, and also the organelles within the cell have the ability to move. Right, now we have learnt about the in the unit 6 cells, no, in the inside the cells have the organelles, right? The organelles within the cells. Organelles within the cells. What are the organelles within the cells? Nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulums, Golgi complex, ribosomes, like that things, no, have the ability. The organelles within the cells have the ability to move. Have the ability to move. Right. Organism move as a response to stimulus. Right. Why organism is moved? Due to, if not for, respond to stimulus. For its response to stimuli. Right. The stimuli may vary. In the our previous topic also we have learnt about what is the stimuli. No? Examples: lightness, light or darkness, chemical substances, gravitational force, heat or temperature, vibration or touch. Those are maybe stimulus. Those are maybe stimulus. Organism move as a response to these stimulus. As a response to these stimulus. Right. Then we will go to our next topic, reproduction. Next, characteristics of the organism. Now we have learnt about cellular organization, and then we have learnt about movement, nutrition, irritability and coordination. Now we are going to learn about the another characteristics of the organism we have to learn. Right, this one is reproduction. What is the reproduction? Production of a new generation. Production of a new generation by a unicellular or multicellular organism. Production of a new generation by a unicellular or multicellular organism for the continuation of their species. Why reproduction is important? For the continuation of their species is known as reproduction. Is known as reproduction. Right, again we will see what is the reproduction. Reproduction means production of new generation. Production of a new generation by a unicellular or multicellular organism. Unicellular or multicellular organism for the continuation of their species. For the continuation of their species is known as reproduction. Is known as reproduction. Right. Reproduction is of two types. Reproduction is of two types. What are the two types of reproduction? One of them is sexual reproduction. Another one is asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. What is the sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction means reproduction occur the intermediation of the sexual process during the male and female. Asexual reproduction means producing new organism without a sexual process. Without a sexual process. Right, now we have learned about what is the reproduction. No? Right, then we will go to next point. During sexual reproduction, gametes of two individuals of the same species unite to form a zygote. during sexual reproduction, gametes of two individuals of the same species. These two individuals should be a same species. Unit to form a zygote. Right. The first cells of the process of producing a new organism is the zygote. Zygote. During asexual reproduction, a single organism can produce an identical new offspring without the contribution of the another organism. In the asexual reproduction, single organism is produced new organism without the contribution of the another organism. Right. Then we will go to our next characteristics. Our next characteristics is growth and development. Growth and development. Right. The cell growth means the irreversible increase of dry mass of the cells. The cell growth means the irreversible increase of dry mass of the cells. Right. Development means the increasing in the complexity of the cells. The growth means the cell growth means the irreversible increase of the dry mass of the cells. The development means the increase in the complexity of the cells. The increase in the complexity of the cells. Accordingly, growth and development can be expressed in 3 steps. Right. According to this process, growth and development can be expressed in 3 steps. What are they? Irreversible increase in size of the cells, and also increase in number of cells by the cell division and cell differentiation. Right. These 3 steps contain growth and development. Right. And also oxenometer, there is an instrument like oxenometer, can be used to show the growth of a plant. To measure the, if not to identify the growth of the plants, there is an instrument can be identify this process. What is that instrument? That instrument is oxenometer. Right. Let's go to learn about what is the oxenometer. Right. A model of an oxenometer. This is the model of the oxenometer. This oxenometer connect to the plant. Right. After that, when plant goes up, if not when growth take place in the plant, this scales is turned downward. Right. By this process, the growth of the plant can be measured. Right. Human growth and development. Right. This is the human growth and development. This picture shows human growth and development. Right. Plant growth and development. This picture shows the plant growth and development. Right. Then we will go to our next topic. Our next topic is virus. Right. Those are some features relevant to the virus. Right. Viruses are very small. Now when we consider about the viruses are very small, and also it cannot be observed through the light microscope. It is important to observe the virus. Electronic microscope is important. Without electronic microscope, virus is not observed. Virus can be observed only through the electron microscope. And also, viruses are about 1/1000th of the size of bacteria. They show living or non-living feature according to their status. This is the special things of the virus. What is that? They show, if it means virus show living or non-living features. According to their status. A virus is not considered as a cell. If not, virus is not considered as the living organism, because virus show living features as well as non-living features. They are composed of a nucleic acid enclosed by a protein capsule. Virus is composed. If not, virus is made by enclosing nuclear materials by a protein capsules. Right. The nucleic acid may be DNA or RNA. Both are not present, contain only DNA or RNA. DNA or RNA. Right. Viruses with different shapes and sizes have been identified. The other special things is virus change their shape and size in the short period of times, right? No metabolic take place within virus because they do not process any organelles for those reaction. Virus not contain the organelles, therefore any metabolic process do not occur in the virus. A virus become active only inside the host cells. Virus becomes active only inside the host cells. Right. Next one. Common plant viral diseases are. What are the common plant viral diseases? Banana bunch top disease. Curly leaf of chilies. Right. Animal viral diseases. Influenza, common cold, dengue, AIDS are the common viral diseases. Right. Now we have learnt about characteristics of the organism and virus. Under the characteristics of the organism, we have learnt about cellular organization and then nutrition, after that respiration, after that movement, irritability and coordination, and reproduction, growth and development. Like that characteristics we have learned under this topic. After that we have learned about the virus, right? In my next video I will explain unit 9 of the grade 10 science, right? Unit 9 of the grade science, right? Have a nice day for all.